anyone has decided for this video. Absolutely nothing. I have nothing in my brain box. I don't know. Just the usual, I guess. Today's been a bit, you know, I think I'm kind of confused about this whole, like, what it means to just be instead of, like, trying to be someone. Like, I always feel like I'm pushing myself towards, like, a version of myself that ultimately isn't going to be achieved through this kind of effort. Like, I feel like I'm really, like, trying to constantly be conscious in that and, like, trying to think and then it's like I'm sort of like, I don't know if you guys can relate with me, but it feels like I'm sort of like what's like a like sort of just hitting the problem with the same tool over and over again, expecting a different result. Like, my results have definitely, well, this is the thing, I don't know if my results have changed. Like, I have changed things. Like, there's things I do that aren't the same. I guess results in terms of, like, relationships and stuff have definitely got better, but and like, I'm happier, but I'm not happy. I'm healthy, but I'm not in total perfect health, and I'm definitely not super wealthy. And that's kind of like your three indicators for results. So I'm wondering if, like, what am I doing? What am I doing? You know, I'm making waves, I'm making progress, sure, but I've heard a lot of talk about how you just need to be, man. Just be, man. Oh, fucking, I don't know what you mean, man. I don't know what you mean. Let's find out together, eh? Let's do it together. So just being, it's like a weird thing where I feel like it might be difficult to sort of talk about. Cup of tea, Ken. Cup of tea. Where I don't know if I've ever just been, you know, like, just I'm like, if I've ever just sat and been sat, you know, just happy and content, and I've had glimpses of moments, but it always feels like I'm getting sort of like a percentage of it and not the whole thing. Like, a part of me gets it, like what I'm going for, like, you know, just being content and being whole. Part of me is always there, but then there's this other part that sort of is like, it takes me out of it. Like, you could be having a really nice experience. We've probably all done this. Like, when you're having a really good experience and you've been in it and you've just been engrossed, and then you realize you're engrossed, and then it takes you out. Like, you're having a good time, and then a part of you goes, "Having a good time, are you?" "Don't fucking think so." You know, and it comes in and it makes you, it puts a horrible thought in your head, or it reminds you of something, or yeah, just sort of like the guy in the corner that's like, "Oh, having a good time. Remember what you did when you were 7." It's like, ah, man, when will we let up? When will we let go? And letting go is something as well. It's like, I'm working on myself, but is it, I don't know. Like, the clinging is where I'm maybe struggling. Like, if I'm trying to change a part of myself and I'm actively, like, got all my attention is power, so am I just feeding power into the part that I'm actually trying to change? Is the way to change to simply let go? Like, I don't really get, like, I do get how to let go, but it's like, do you not have to convince yourself of things? Like, do I not have to work through it? Or is all that working through just convincing to get to where I need to get to? So I don't know if that makes sense. Like telling myself it over and over and over again until I'm like, okay, now I believe it. It's like, why don't I just, like, believe it? Why don't I just let go of whatever's stopping me and you probably from just being how we want to be? Like, what is it? Like, is convincing a requirement for what I'm trying to do? Because let's say, like, you're in your head and you're sort of going back and forth trying to figure out why you are the way you are in a certain area. and you're sort of guilting, beating yourself up, and then usually what will happen for most people, to make this more relatable, is like you get a couple words in and then it fizzles out because it's like too much. It's like, nah. It's easier to not face the pain in one big go. No, sorry, it's easier to have the pain be like small and spread out through your whole life than it is to just face it. You know, like, but I'm thinking that this whole big boss battle, this facing it, maybe doesn't need to happen. You maybe just actually need to let go of the idea that there's this big enemy inside of you. You know, let go of the idea that it's going to be a slog and it's going to be a battle and it's going to be, oh, it's going to be tough spiritual work today, you know, and it's like, just let go. Because when you let go, the power goes, because no longer can I put attention towards something that I just simply, I'm not interested anymore. You know, like in a practical sense, if your head's going back and forth, but then you interject and you say, here, just let go. This isn't serving me. That sentence there, I thought I'll probably try that now that I've said it, would probably fizzle out whatever like sort of back and forth is going on, you know? I'm gonna take a moment. So, yeah. I quite like the quiet, I'm not gonna lie. I think in the quiet as well, you can sort of let go a lot easier. Like I do a lot of like my like thinking and that, like, and meditating, in work, which is obviously like, high intensity. Like I'm doing a lot of stuff at my work. I'm quite like spread out and talking. Like I'll be talking to people, and then on my head I'm like in an advanced spiritual warfare. You know, it's fucking. But even that, like, why am I describing it as convincing or warfare, or like what? Why is it not building or growing? Why do I always have to make it like a this? You know, like I'm fucking butting heads with myself. But even that, like, I'm kind of understanding this letting go as I'm doing this video, like, cause all these emotions, I'm just sort of like, just chill. I think that's it. Just chill. But I don't know what you guys are dealing with. You know, I would love to help more. I'm thinking of like, there's this other guy that I watch. I think his name's Azalea. Oh, I want to kind of give him a shout out because he's mad. I don't know if I'm gonna muck it up. Azalea Robinson, what a guy. He's a really cool guy. He's kind of an inspo where he just, I completely forgot what I was talking about. This would be, oh yeah, so he does, sorry, he does like one-on-one discords, and I find that idea quite appealing, like, but it also makes me a bit scared, you know, like, because I don't want to be like, what is a one-on-one? What's my goal with that? Is it for me to learn, or them to learn, or a bit of both, or helping is just such a weird sort of concept, really, which sounds weird probably to the majority of people, but like, kind of an overthinker, so I don't, like, when I help people, or in the moment I can help someone and it feels natural, but if I'm sort of creating an idea around trying to go help people, then I get sort of conflicted in the reason for wanting to do that, if that makes sense. I mean, you know, just helping someone would be a nice reason enough, but I don't like, that's what I mean, it goes further, like, because you can always ask why. I think I found in my truth finding life is that if you can say why again, like if you have an answer, like a question, and you give an answer and you can still say why after towards that question, then you probably could do some deeper digging on that and get to more of like a core element. Because it's very fair enough to, and this is what I mean by the sort of convincing thing. It's like, how many times am I going to have to ask why to get a sentence in my head about something, and then that's like then allows me to be like, oh yeah, okay, now I won't be like that because I've worded it in my head in a certain way. It's like, why do I have to word things in a certain way for it to be for it to be free of it? Like, just let go. Just let go. Just let go. Ah, I'm letting go. I'm letting go. I hope you can let go too. Maybe just say that sentence in your head. If you're stressing with anxiety, or here's this. We'll mix and match, right? This is what I'm gonna leave you with. Easter egg. We're gonna do. Let's say you are someone that has anxiety. I want you to envision like your whole scheme, like you, as the person with anxiety. So it'll probably just look exactly like you are right now because you're currently identified as someone with anxiety. And then when you've got that image, simply just say let go, and then just like kind of watch that person. I don't know if that would work for you, or it kind of worked for me right there, but it's like, I think we all have an image of ourselves, and if we just use the words like let go, but then again it's like, no, it's another damn wording. I suppose it is. What is up with humans and words? I want to feel, man. I want to feel. But yeah, if you've got like a trait or stuff, if there's parts of you that maybe just try this, well, you must comment on this. I must know, really, that if that letting go thing helps, if like creating an image of like all the bad, that like the version of yourself that you currently don't like, and then letting go of that, I suppose that leaves a gap. And if you leave that gap empty, then probably that old self will just come back in. Because in a previous video, like I said, your body's quite loyal to the cause. So even if you use your your mind to dissipate the current negative self, then if you don't use your conscious mind to then create a new self, then the old one will probably just come back in the place of it, because that's what you're used to, and that's what's comfy, and that's what's known. And we tend to reach for what we know. We need to go deeper then. How do we create a new self? Fuck. I maybe don't even know how to do that, really. That's a heavy one. How to create a new self. Repetition of ideas, I know that works, like, like repeating the same thing over and over again, but then again, words, it's just like, oh, can't be bothered. Probably a long meditation. But this is what I mean, like, is there like a requirement to get whatever I'm going towards? Like, can I not just get it now? Like, just let go. I'm just gonna let go now. I'm gonna just. I hope you can let go too, and let's bounce back some ideas on this topic, because I found this really interesting. And this is definitely going to be the topic for the next bit, letting go, release. The light died. What a sign. Peace out. Oh, sorry, I don't know why I did that.